Hey guys, it's Deluxe Apothecary Health and Beauty Hacks, and today we're going to discuss broccoli sprouts and how amazing they are. They've got a lot of sulforaphane, which is this component that has a lot of anti-cancer and a lot of anti-aging benefits. Let's discuss. Let's talk about sprouting them. Not only do they taste really good, they're great on your salads. Yum. Easily sprout into your mason jar, except I gotta start sprouting in a huge jar. With all these studies that I'm talking about, they got 60 milligrams to 30 to 60 milligrams of the sulforaphane, which is the component in broccoli sprouts, which turns on these special genes. There's 200 different genes. Sulforaphane is in a lot of cruciferous vegetables, and they all have different amounts, but broccoli sprouts is the most. Purple cabbage has a fair amount in it. Brussels sprouts has more than purple cabbage, but less than broccoli sprouts. Broccoli sprouts has a lot more of it than just broccoli. So that's interesting. All right, sulforaphane activates over 200 different genes, the beneficial genes. They're antioxidant, anti-inflammatory genes, and genes that inactivate harmful compounds in your body. So a lot of detoxing genes, which is very neat. You're gonna eat a lot of cruciferous vegetables that have a lot of sulforaphane, and broccoli sprouts is the most. Okay, we got it. So all of these cruciferous vegetables have isothiocyanines. These are these antioxidants, these components within the cruciferous vegetables, which sulforaphane is one of. And it gets activated when you chop or chew a lot of these cruciferous vegetables. When you cook it, it deactivates it. You can like lightly steam, that's it. Sulforaphane is made of a few different compounds. What is it? Glucoraphanine. I think that's what it is. Glucoraphanine. That is a precursor to sulforaphane, and that's what there's a lot of in here. That's what you want a lot of. There's lots of studies that say that these compounds help prevent a bunch of cancers and heart disease, inflammation, a lot of aging. So a lot of aging is basically inflammation. And heart disease, stroke, all these things. This is a longevity compound basically, and you want a lot of these. Sulforaphane activates the gene NQO1, which suppresses the protein P53. So over 50% of all adults with certain cancers have a mutated or broken P53. You get it? So it basically turns on the good genes and deactivates the bad genes, which is very neat. NQO1 turned on by sulforaphane is important for detoxifying and preventing the degeneration of your cells. Oh, this is very interesting. So sulforaphane also increases the secretion of benzene, which is a known carcinogen in like pollution and cigarette smoke and just in the air, car exhaust. So a lot of these studies we're talking about generally increases longevity. Most importantly, I mean, it's so fascinating that when it turns on the good genes associated with anti-cancer and turns off the bad genes associated with getting cancer, but the main thing is protecting against heart disease because of a lot of its anti-inflammatory properties. Less heart attacks, strokes, cardiovascular disease, and in general, increased longevity with all of these studies. Amazing. It lowers serum triglycerides and also decreased blood sugar. NRF2 gene, it's the anti-inflammatory gene. You want that gene on. It also reduced adhesion. Sulforaphane reduced adhesions in your blood, along your arteries. That's amazing. There's also some studies that also indicate that it will help with neurodegenerative diseases as well. There was a study with autism improvement, which is very interesting, and even schizophrenia. There was a small study with schizophrenia, a study around depression because that's associated with increased, systemic inflammation. So it's decreasing inflammation. There's some studies saying it helps protect the length of your telomeres, which we know we want. These studies, a lot of these are 43 grams to 20 grams of sulforaphane. So that's like half a jar of this. There's also the powdered supplements in little pills, a certain percentage of the sulforaphane. Apparently that works just as well as the sprouts if you didn't want to sprout all the time. Oh, sulforaphane it's small enough that it crosses the blood-brain barrier, and it's actually easily absorbed through the smaller intestines as well. Easier than a lot of other antioxidants. That's awesome. Blood-brain barrier, at least in mice. They didn't have any human studies. These are all some of the main reasons why you would definitely want to get some broccoli sprouts, as well as it's delicious, darling. It really is. It's got like this kind of spiciness to it. It's always been my favorite sprouting That's really good. There were some studies around breast cancer and prostate cancer. There's a lot of studies. You gotta look it up. The study where they gave a bunch of women that were getting breast reduction surgery, they gave them broccoli sprout juice, and an hour later, that's when they got their breast reduction surgery, and they found minute amounts of this molecule in their breast tissue. So I guess it travels there. Amazing. Ooh, it's spicy. It's so yummy. It's such a great addition to your salads. You can have that with your fermented cabbage. It really has a great longevity. And this I got Food to Love, a huge how big is this? 2.5 pounds. This was like 30 bucks, but this is gonna last forever. It's gonna last a while at least. Then I got this on Amazon. I'm gonna link to these below. You know, the jar caps, these little perforated caps, which are great. And then you can get a lot of different seeds, different places. This just seemed like the best deal. Food to Live. And there'll be a link to this thing that I just bought, so I don't have it. 30 minutes ago I bought it on Amazon. It's just a rack that seemed really good way to grow your sprouts, because you want a lot of them. Or you could have 5 big jars like this going and eat one of these a day. Yeah, this is what we do to begin the sprouting. Just soak the seeds for like overnight, pour them out. I just leave this in a bowl like this, and you rinse it twice a day, morning and night, and then you got sprouts in 4 to 5 days. Okay, here are the broccoli seeds after soaking them overnight. Starting to open a little bit. See? They shed their little shells. So now I'm going to drain this. Voila! And kind of shake it around so that it spreads around. I'm just going to put it in a bowl so it kind of drains. This is the sprouts sprouting a bit. 2 days after. Broccoli sprouts after a week. Look at them, they look like sprouts, big sprouts. We'll just keep them by the window here. Big sprouts, yummy. A few handfuls of this, you could easily eat that in a salad. Oh yeah. I used to be sprouting broccoli sprouts years ago, and I totally forgot about it. Thanks, Leslie. Leslie Lawrence reminded me. So that's it. And if you liked that video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Tell me about what you've been experiencing with broccoli sprouts. If you've been doing it, maybe you have some great system or you've had some miraculous story, let us know in the comments. And if you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe. You can hit the bell button next to the subscription button, and then you get notified when we upload videos on Thursdays. And when we do live videos, I do live videos on Tuesdays, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, darlings. And that's it. Bye. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Genes that inactivate harmful that sulforaphane is one of. So lots of studies that have a. So these are all. Oh yeah, these are good. Glucoraphaneine. Glucoraphaneine, I think it is. Yummy. Don't start meowing, okay? NQO1, where there's